Hey guys, welcome back to Laura's Cozy Corner. I have a little bit of time today before we go to a doctor appointment. And so yesterday's video, you saw where I was saving some tomatoes and I put them in the little cells. And I put them over here in my greenhouse. I'll flip the camera around and show you. So this is a old chicken coop. And this is how I'm protecting my seedlings. They still get the wind, as you can tell, they're moving a little bit. And so I've been trying to start some stuff around here. Back there are the 5 that I saved yesterday. I just watered them and stuck them in a tray with water as well. So little by little, I will be trying to transplant all this out into the garden when I get to their spots. So I'm just showing you where I put that. Now back over here to the garden. Yesterday evening I started planting some potatoes. So I'm gonna grab my this is my bag I had. And I had a little hand shovel. And then I got a yardstick to measure with. And I don't need the knee pads, I've been getting tougher. And this is my notebook that I write in and tell me what I've been doing each day. And I have these neat little card and things. I bought the wrong size is what I done. These are for cards, not big seed packets, but these are the peas that I started planting yesterday, so I want to take them with me. And I got my water too, just got to stay hydrated. Okay, so let's go over here. Okay, so you can tell from that back corner to this post is what I got done yesterday. So I planted, I think 4 potato plants, and then I put peas along the chain link fence. And yesterday I just took my big shovel and just kind of loosened up the dirt all the way down through here to this first volunteer plant. So this is where I'm going to start. And I plan on trying to get this 8-foot section done today, down to this post. That's what I've been doing here lately, is just little at a time if I can. So I put my bag down here. And I put my seeds in here where they don't fall out. My yardstick. So I've been measuring these potatoes 15 inches apart. I have these little cat litter containers are awesome. I have all kinds of stuff. This is some compost. I'm almost at the end of that. I've got some paper, like build paper or whatever. I lay that down as a weed suppressor. This is to hold my leaves, which I'll have to go get some more out of my pile. And then this one has rainwater in it. And then I, just dip that inside and to water this stuff. So I've got like a train of my stuff here. And my compost bin is full of weeds, so I've started throwing like weeds in that area there. And I'll add to that as I go. So, off to digging some taters. So I'm gonna throw these weeds in this empty bucket. Which, you know, some of these ain't really weeds. I mean, I could really keep this clover and chickweed and all this. It's just, I kind of decided to go on and pull it just so everything looks nice, because I'm not really using the chickweed or the clover or anything. And this dandelion, we've kind of quit eating on it too. But I'm ready to have, you know, potatoes. I want to hopefully have enough potatoes for the winter, you know, where I don't have to buy potatoes. But who knows how much potatoes we got them actually plant to sustain us, you know, for a year. I'm not sure, because this is just, you know, experimentation. Try to keep all the dirt that I can. See, all that's chickweed. These beautiful dandelions. I even keep finding these markers that I had from last year. Some areas over here I have rocks because on the other side of this fence is a rock driveway. So I just keep tossing them back over to the fence line there. Okay, so I don't know how far down I can get in this area, but what I need to do is find my last little marker. There it is. See that? I'm putting that on top of where I planted the potato. Then I'll put my yardstick right up against it and give it 15 inches. So the next tater should be in this area, really. But I believe all this was rock. Yeah. So we're gonna have a little bit bigger of a gap here. I don't know if it's because of this here post, you know, or what, but I'm gonna try and dig straight now as much as I can. See, these rocks are gonna hinder my potatoes here. You know what I just thought of? With that volunteer potato, I need to make sure I got enough space.
Trying to think. Maybe I should go 15 inches from it this way till we get to this point. Alright, so let's just weed up what I can here. These roots go really deep, so I don't think I'm really taking all the plant, and we'll have some next year. Well, look how big and humongous these are. Wow. That's a huge leaf. Look, it's bigger than my hand. Dandelions. It's got some good garden soil, ain't it? Okay. I think this right here actually might be my oldest bed that I've had. Yeah, because this is kind of where I started at. Oh, those are so pretty. I just kind of want to leave that. If they're behind the fencing, it shouldn't bother the peas. Once the peas die, I plan on maybe getting beans planted again. I don't know. We'll see. Even if I can get to it. There's another marker. I'm excited this year, though, that I have these garden timbers establishing my beds, because that's what took the most time each year, is trying to find, okay, so where's my beds at? You know, all of that, so. Another little marker. Forgive me if the angle of the camera is not very good. I'm holding it with one hand, weeding with the other. I'm just a busy mama. Busy mama, wife. My husband's limited on his mobility. He's disabled, so whatever he can't get to, I try to do for him. We make a good team. He has good upper body strength, and I have good lower body strength, so we make a good team that way. And my son, he's 11 and so smart. I've homeschooled him since his whole life. But it's not really homeschool, it's almost like unschool. If you ever heard of that before. I don't really teach him what public school does because it's really useless based on my experience in school. All I did was, yeah, I got straight A's and occasional B or whatever, but you know why? That's because I crammed before testing. And when you cram, do you learn it? Nope. Does it stick with you? Nope. Just because you get good grades in testing or something don't really mean you learn it. Just food for thought. Yeah, some things I remember. Only the things I was interested in. And that's probably true for anybody. Only the stuff you're interested in will stick. So that's what I do with my son. I do things that he's interested in. Occasional trash pieces I end up putting in a bag here. Now, of course, some things, is important. Math, writing, reading. That's important. History is important. So, we take care of the important things. Math is done with, trying to get in here without stepping in my bedding. Math is needed with money. Everybody has to have money to pay their bills. Well, he don't have bills, but he has stuff he wants to buy. So he has to earn his money now that he's getting old, older. Go with their age. But he earns his money and he learn how to count, starting with pennies. Back when he was young enough to count. 3, 4 years old, 5 years old. Learning how to count. So. Ew. That needs to go in my trash bag here. There used to be barbed wire fence here a long time ago. Separated the properties. And that was a piece of it. Okay. Looks like there's another kind of marker. Alright. Now that I'm down this way, the other shovel. Whoa, almost slid and fell with that cardboard, look. Alright. "15 inches from there would be about here." Okay. Get back down here. There's still some rocks down in here. It's going to be all throughout here, ain't it? I'm just showing you guys how I plant potatoes, and we had potatoes last year, but I didn't heal them up because I didn't know. I was learning. This year I'm doing that. But I had good successful plants with a couple potatoes on each plant. So I'm doing something right? Okay. So what I did in all my planting of potatoes, which it shows on the other video, I showed you the other side of my beds. So okay, so this is what I do. I measure 15 inches away. You can tell right there, 15 inches. Then I grab a potato. Come here. Come hither. I just bought these at Walmart, guys. These are the Yukon Gold. I've gotten like 2 packs of whatever potato I wanted to have. They got like red Yukon Gold russet, I think. Now, see this? They say to plant with the eyes pointing up, but you get it to where you can. And try to get it where the eyes are at 15. See that? Eyes are at 15 from looking above it, right? And make sure the taters get in there and sturdy. Okay. Then I move this. And then I just make sure I have good loose soil on top. So no rocks. Nothing like that. And as I'm digging another spot, see? Another rock. But that's what I'm doing. I'm just and I've got some mulch in this bed, you know, from a few years, you know, I just kind of put it over to the side. Hopefully we'll have big, beautiful potatoes this year. Take out all the weeds if you can. I'm not sure how deep this is, but they still poke through, so I just try to make a big, deep trench. I'm hoping the more space they have, the more they produce. That's my goal. Okay, so I kind of get it up to soil level. See what I'm doing? Just constantly breaking up soil. Oh, look. There's some more stuff back there. Okay. Let's keep doing that and going down my trench. Switch hands here. I gotta change positions because my lower back's in a little bit of a strain. Phew. Stand up, stretch a little bit. You got to take care of your bodies, guys. Don't just keep pushing. I'm learning that. All right, let's see. If I got 15 inches up here yet. Not yet. Almost. Enough to put a stake in is what I'm doing. So now I'm standing up on my feet and bending over to help relieve some tension. And it does for a while. Everybody's body's different though. You gotta listen to your body and do what's right for your own self. Some people can sit on the ground and do this. I can't. I don't know why. My legs go numb and everything like that. That's why I can't do it. Excuse me, potato bag. Okay. I can do this for a little while until my legs get numb. Then I squat. Now I'm squatting. Just showing you guys that anybody can do this. Anybody. Anybody can do this. It's so fun to get your hands in the dirt too, you know? It's calming. It's, I don't know, grounding. Look that up. Kind of get a little tap on the top. Okay, let's see how far we are now. Gotta stand back up, my knees are hurting now. We're almost at 15. Let's see if I can use one of these little markers and mark it up here. Yeah, we can get it on top of that hill. Okay, and then 15 from here is going to be right in this area. So that's what I do. I just keep, instead of boring you guys, I just keep, you know, sifting through this dirt, filling up this hole, and as I'm doing that, I'm moving myself this way until I get to 15. Stick another tater in. Once I've done that, I go back and put compost on top of here, which I can show you, which I'm also doing peas as well over here underneath this chain link. So let me do this real quick. Making just a little trench with my shovel. Get a few peas here. These, I think I bought this year. I try to get non-GMO, heirloom kind of seeds, and notice that seeds do go bad. Just letting you know that. I just learned that this year. I don't know how long it takes for them to go bad. It's just a plant and see kind of thing, you know? And not every seed will germinate, which means put off a plant. And it'll tell you how far apart on each packet you get. How far apart, how deep, how many days it takes to get a plant. That's the germination. How deep you should plant it. The spacing, which means 2.5 foot as a row apart, and then 2 inches apart. Well, I'm doing closer, but anyway. And then by the time you should harvest, should be about 58 to 65 days to harvest. And then it tells you in your section, you find your section, find the right color, and that's when you start planting. Okay? Those are different zones, garden zones, I believe is what they're called. And then even at the bottom of your seed packet, it'll tell you the date that they should be sowed by. And I've had seeds up to like 2022, so that's why I ain't getting any germination. But it even has some instructions on some of these that you can go by. Got some good information sometimes, you know, what kind of vitamins each plant will have for you, or and all that good stuff. Now, non-GMO means, you know, it's not got chemicals and stuff in it. Heirloom means it should produce seeds that you could save and plant for the following year if you wanted to save seed. So that's what I do with the peas. I just kind of gently push them in. Then I cover them up. Of course, these rocks are going to be the pain. So, we cover it up, give them a nice little tap. That just kind of holds them in place, okay? And then we put some compost, and I'll go and do that real quick. And I will tell you, my compost is not completely finished, so it does have a little bit of a smell to it. But the worms will come up here and eat it. It looks nasty, I know. It's just a lot of stuff. From the kitchen scraps to when I sweep my floor, dog hair, people hair, I don't know. Eggshells, you know, it just takes a while for stuff to decompose. So I do that. And then I go on and put some paper. Just any old mail papers, anything. And I've been putting it down here in the front to stop weeds from growing. You know, down the sides, and leaving space for them to come up. And then I put leaves on top of that, which I need to get some leaves. Hold on a moment. Okay, I got my bucket of weeds. Compost is still full, so I'm just gonna have to dump it somewhere else for the time being. This is kind of a pile that I can just start. And then I got my bucket here emptied now to get some leaves, which my leaf pile is almost gone. Now, mind you, I usually do a whole 8-foot section before I do this, but I'm doing this for the video. Okay, so then I grab some leaves and sprinkle all over this. Good thick layer. Suppresses the weeds. We're feeding the potatoes with the compost. Okay. Feeding potatoes and the peas or whatever's being planted in this bed. Where it's not finished compost, I don't put it on real thick. So there we go. So we got the leaves on there, right? Next, we water. So I water right here on top of these leaves and the peas, potatoes. This is just to help get germination happening, okay? Might do that a couple times because this is right in the sun, but that's what I do. All right. And that's all on planting potatoes and peas. And I'm gonna try to continue to do this until I run out of potatoes. And if I run out of potatoes, I'm gonna stop and then plant peas until I run out of peas. All right, and that's what's going on so far. And we'll catch you on the next video, all right? I just love nature. Pretty little butterflies and bees and stuff. Wish I had some bees to show you. Wind's blowing. Birds are chirping. Later taters.